Good day. Nigeria is making history at Windsor Castle, but the headlines at home are dominated by a 154,000 naira demand and a 2027 ultimatum. Here is your briefing. After nearly 4 decades, the Nigerian flag is flying high at Windsor. President Tinubu is currently the guest of King Charles III, and the stakes are high. A £746 million deal to modernize our ports in Lagos. If this goes through, it could be the biggest infrastructure boost of the decade. Prince William and Princess Catherine have greeted Nigerian President Bola Tinubu and First Lady Oloremi Tinubu at Windsor Castle as part of their state visit to the UK. Let's take a look.
These are live images of the Nigerian president and his wife greeting the Prince and Princess of Wales. This is the first state visit to the UK by a Nigerian president in 37 years. So really quite a historic moment for the two nations. King Charles will be hosting the President Bola Tinubu and his wife, and they'll be given a ceremonial welcome in Windsor Castle. It's a 2-day state visit, and of course this brings the leaders of Africa's most populous country along with the royal family of the United Kingdom. We're expecting later today a state banquet being hosted by the King, and he and President Tinubu will give speeches at that banquet. That is an ordinary custom for events such as these. And that banquet will also bring together politicians and also members of the diaspora and also of celebrity culture with links to Nigeria. One note that normally happens in a state visit, there is traditionally a lunch hosted by the King at Windsor Castle. That is not taking place this state visit. That's because President Tinubu is practicing Muslim and is fasting for Ramadan. So there will instead be, after sundown, the state banquet for the various members to enjoy. And like I say, this state visit is the first in 37 years. The president landed up in Stansted yesterday, up in North London. That's fairly typical as well. That's typically where we see Donald Trump arrive in London when he does so as well. So that's a pretty standard arrival point for heads of state when they make these arrivals to the UK. You can just see Bola Tinubu there in the background speaking to Prince William, who only yesterday was on a tandem bicycle in support of a charity event. Today, greeting international leaders as part of the state visit. And this is a key moment for the two nations to forge cultural ties, to forge economic ties, and also to forge personal ties as well, because of course you are looking at the future King of England. So this is somebody who will be representing the UK ever more so on the world stage going forward. So this is a key moment for the two nations to do so. And it will bring together international partners as well. There is always typically business and trade announcements made as part of these visits. They, of course, have been pre-agreed. They don't just get signed, sealed and delivered on the day, but they get announced and ceremoniously signed, sealed and delivered on the day. And in a statement, the Nigerian government spokesperson said the visit was about turning historic relationships into modern economic partnerships, and building the economy and growing the economy has been a key focus for the Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer, and the Chancellor, Rachel Reeves.
But back in Abuja, the mood is more tense. Organised labour has officially put a 154,000 naira minimum wage on the table. They're calling it a social necessity to escape the current cost of living. With petrol prices soaring, the government is now in a tight corner. Do they use the oil windfall for wages or infrastructure? On the security front, the president isn't letting the London visit distract from the tragedy in Maiduguri. From the UK, he has ordered his top generals to move their headquarters to Borno until the perpetrators of this week's bombings are neutralized. Finally, the political map just got smaller. With the defection of the Adamawa governor to the APC, the ruling party now holds 31 states. Meanwhile, the president has told his cabinet, if you're running in 2027, you have until March 31st to pack your bags and resign. Big deals, big demands, and a big shift in the political landscape. I'm Kelvin, and this is Nigeria Today.